Hello, welcome to my channel, Lady D Psychic. Today I'll be doing a video on Justin Timberlake. So we'll be looking at his chart. I'll also be looking at seeing psychically what I can see for him. Um, I do feel like it's actually all about money. Just got his photo here so I can tune into him. But we'll get to that later. So I'm actually not a fan of Justin Timberlake. But I thought it'd be interesting to do his chart since of uh, the recent things that's happening with him on stage. So, and it happened to ha come out in a Mercury retrograde, which is I thought was interesting. So let's look at his chart and we can see what's going on with Justin. We can see what's coming up for him as well. So let me just share my screen. So here he is, Justin Timberlake, born on 31st of January 1981. He is an Aquarian, so he's an ascending Leo. So that's why he comes across as that very like sort of ego, like sh with the showman, the charismatic, thrives to be in the spotlight, natural performer, and wants to be adored. So that's all about the Leo ascending. But he is an Aquarius, and I always say with Aquarians, I'm an Aquarian, but I always say if you either love them or hate them. There's no in between, which makes sense why I'm not a fan of him. But anyways, he would be someone, look, he would be caring. There would be a part of him that would be good with technology. He maybe even be socially awkward at times. He can cover that up because his moon is in Sagittarius. And as I said before in other videos, you'll find a lot of the actors, singers, people in the spotlight, they do have Sagittarius aspects, and he's got the moon in Sagittarius. So that's where we get the risk taker, being on stage, having that presence. Too, with that moon there. He he is also he's got his Mercury in Pisces. So he's someone that would be um thinking sort of victim mentality, the way he would think. He'd be sometimes be poor me. We having the Mercury in Pisces, but he's had a lot of empathy for people as well. And then we've got Venus, which is in Capricorn. His Mars is in Aquarius. He likes women who are very um put together, very organized, maybe a little bit rigid too, but he wouldn't like someone who's very emotional. He likes someone who's sort of very professional as well, having that Venus in Capricorn. But that Mars in Aquarius, he doesn't like to be told what to do. He'd be very much has this sort of rebellion style about him. He probably doesn't like people being bullied either. Technology may make him frustrated as well. Now, he's got in his second house, he does have this Saturn and Jupiter conjunction. So he's a very lucky person to have this. Basically, when problems come about him, he always sort of lands up on top. So when things come up, he sort of always able to sort of come out of them sort of unscathed. That's why when we saw like and as we're seeing Backlash at the moment, but you'll watch it, will sort of come out of it. And he has come out and spoken about it. Why? Which we will get to that in the video too. But Saturn brings in problems, but because it's conjunct with Jupiter in the second house, he's always going to get through them. There's always going to be a positive resolution there for him. So financial lessons are big in his life. So he might face setbacks, but with Jupiter there, he's always bounces back and finds abundance. So where Jupiter is, it always brings you luck. And also with his work, he's all about it brings him luck. So because it's also they're in retrograde, so retrograde is inner struggles with self-worth, but externally, he lands on his feet with the money making. So internally, probably a bit insecure internal, but as I said, he always lands on his feet with that. And his IC is in Taurus, so that's also part of his work. So career Taurus, a career is steady. Um, so he's very good at being an artist. It goes in within that Taurus because Taurus like good music, they like good food. So it's like a long lasting sort of career here. Builds a solid reputation in the music entertainment, having that Taurus and the MC to do with the work. Now, in his third house, he has Pluto in the third house, and it's in retrograde. So its deep transformative communication style can be intense or in interviews or lyrics sometimes. So possible struggles or distance with siblings and cousins even too. So when it comes to his family with siblings, he may not like them. There could be some things going on with them. He might be the person that has more the power in their relationship with the terms of siblings as well. In his fourth house, the home and family, he's got his IC in Scorpio. So when it comes to his home life, he's a very private person. He also might be the one in the family that can manipulate people too. So family life can be also intense, possibly controlling or emotionally complex roots. So this explains his strong emotional ties and deep transformation through family. Also, I feel like he's got a Neptune conjunct his moon, so he would be a bit emotional. His home life, though, is a little bit unstable because we've got Uranus and then we've got this conjunction with the moon, and it does kind of go a little bit here in the fifth house. So it's unstable, unpredictable, and dissolving in some way. So he may be someone that has a lot of maybe house moves growing up, and because it's conjunct with the moon, I dare say he's had a lot of moves in terms of where he lives. I also feel like he's a bit of a mama's boy as well. Um, so it could point if there's been a separation in the family, um, or feeling like he's not stable in the family as well. So with Uranus, there's been a sudden change. We've got Neptune, we've got illusion, confusion, with the moon representing the mother. So like he's a mama's boy, but with lots of emotional entanglement there with his mum too, with that. And so when you think about it, there even may be a separation with the mum at some point, but I know that they are close. That's also links to it being close to the fifth house. But yeah, unexpected things happen with him in the family too. And it could be unexpected moves, unexpected shifts within the family. I don't know much about his family life, but going by the chart, it is a little bit of an unstable household there, and with unexpected things happening, and a lot of dissolving there too. So he may not even be, I mean, there could be separation of the parents or within the home. Yeah, interesting. In the fifth house, he's got Venus in the fifth house. He's close to that sixth house, same as the moon here. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets emotional with relationships too. And when having that so close, that the Neptune there can be rose-colored glasses in relationships as well with him. But Venus there can also be very creative, charming, romantic, charismatic person, natural entertainer, loves performing, thrives in romance, but also play and indulgence too. Having Venus in the fifth house can also mean that like it's very positive in having relationships with Venus in the fifth house. He's also a really great communicator, having that in the seventh house, having the Mercury there. So he's very good communicating relationships as well. He would need to talk things out, but he may also overanalyze relationships too. He's also in relationships. He's someone that needs his space with that DC also in Aquarius. So with the DC in Aquarius, so attracted to partners who are independent, quirky, and strong-minded, but could struggle. He could also struggle in long-term relationships. So he does, as I said, he needs his freedom too. He might even have a fear of commitment as well, even though he is married with children. You would find that he needs freedom. Okay, so we've got in the sixth house, which is his health house. He's actually got good planets here. He's born with good planets. He's got Mars, and then and Mars is on his DC, so he's probably a bit argumentative when it comes to relationships too. His relationships might be a bit fiery as well when it comes and very passionate about certain relationships. So we don't know what happens behind closed doors, as I say, because that when it comes to the home and family, he's very private. We can see that in the chart. So he draws in partners who are strong. If she may even be argumentative as well. I do have her chart. We can briefly look at her chart as well in this video. So also we've got with the sun in the sixth house. This could be like it could be a workaholic energy with that being there, but also his health will be a big thing for him. He'd be very focused on his health. Density shines through routine, discipline, and service. Takes his craft very seriously, but also I just feel like there's a lot of focus here on the health, and having the sun there is actually quite positive with the health. So In his ninth house, we've got Chiron here. So Chiron's a bit wounded in this area. So this is about travel. It's also sort of spiritual. It is also about learning. So runes around belief system, higher learning, or cultural differences. So many may struggle with spiritual beliefs or sense of the big picture or purpose he could have. So also with him, he's got nothing in the 10th. He does have his North Node in the 12th. So with North Node and it's in Leo, 12th house. So this shows that part of his soul's mission is to learn how to embrace vulnerability, spirituality, and even isolation at times. So instead of always being in control or focused on worldly success, so even though he's at Leo ascendant and Taurus midheaven pushes him towards the fame and achievement, the North Node in the 12th house says that deep down, his growth comes from learning on how to step away from the spotlight and even connect with his inner self. It's a very karmic placement for performer because while the world sees him as a star, his higher purpose is actually about healing, self-reflection, and developing compassion behind the scenes. So that's with that node there in the 12th house. He's someone that does have a lot of ego, um, as well. I think he does anyway. And I do feel like there's a sense of him being all about the money. So now we've had a Mercury retrograde and it was in his 12th house. And that's when we had the things come up about his concert, about him not singing at the concert, not performing in the way that he should be. So the 12th house is secrets, hidden enemies, isolation. So Mercury retrograde here is about miscommunication, backstage drama, or being relevant to the public. So it explains the backlash about him not singing at his concert. Mercury retrograde, so it can be slip-ups, PR slip-ups, people not getting the full truth as well. So with that, and then when he came out about the health issue, the Lyme disease, we've got Pluto there and got Pluto just coming in the 6th. It's been there, it's only been there last like year or so. It hasn't been there for long. A couple of years back, actually, he would have lost some money or loved one. And what happened when he had Pluto over Venus there. Now, him coming out with Lyme disease, so it does fit the transit because it's health issues. But Pluto can also be a hidden or misdiagnosed health issue as well with Pluto in the 6th. So it could mean that health struggles are real, but there may be more to the story. It's a symbolic of him having to transform his lifestyle routine, having that Pluto going through here. Now, I saw intuitively, I don't know if I believe the line. I feel like it's an excuse, what I believe. That's what I intuitively what I feel. And just because it's at the beginning of the transit, to have something big like that, I wouldn't expect that. I mean, it can happen. Things can happen when, when these planets come right into the house. But that's pretty quick. And for an outer planet, it's pretty quick. And he has quite a strong constitution with that Mars and that Sun that's in that 6th house. So that's why I don't feel like he's telling the truth, but I feel like he's doing it because he's covering up something. He's covering up for his bad performance. Because I feel like with him, I feel like he has an ego, and I feel like he just thinks that if he does it, sort of downplays, or he can sort of get away with what he was doing, because it's who he is. It's what I kind of feel. Now when we've got also there is money issues that I can see in the chart with having the Saturn and Neptune in the 8th house. So that's joint finances, debt, taxes, and contracts. So here's with Saturn, it restricts, it causes problems. So being in this house here, it is money issues. So Neptune, it can be dissolved, can be illusion or confusion. So there is money, financial issues that he is having, and it's going to be there for a while. Neptune is going to be dissolving, going through his house, and it's going to be dissolving his finances or money with other people. So that's going to be at least another 7 years there. We've got Saturn there for about another year and a half. So it's going to get worse before it gets better. So there is money issues going to be coming up for him. There even could be legal disputes as well, messy investments or strain with shared assets too with this here. Uh, we've also got here with, now he's got Chiron, the transit coming through the ninth house. And it's had money issues have been a big thing for him for a long time because Chiron's also gone through this eighth house here. It's now in the ninth house. So with that, that can be issues with international touring, which we've had with this mess with him in the concerts. Um, like so we also have restrictions with travel could pop up for him. He may also question his life purpose right now as well with that Chiron. If he's trying to learn something new, he may have issues with that as well. Plus, we have as a transit, we've got the Uranus going through this 10th house. So it's unexpected things with his career. He'll always bounce back because he's got this natal Jupiter and Saturn, so make him bounce back. Um, but he's got unexpected things happening in his career. That's going to be there for about another 6 years he's got. So you'll see him doing unexpected, like different projects, different opportunities will come up for him. Last year was actually better for his career than this year. This year's about him meeting new friends, being more social. Next year, after July next year, Jupiter will go into his 12th house. That actually can be luck with when it comes to like hospitals. When we got Jupiter comes all the way down here, which won't be for a few years away, which will be 26, 20, more 28. That's actually pay rise. He's going to get more money with that aspect as well, too. So he's he's got interesting things coming up for him. Um, he's also got what we got here. Let's see. He's actually right now coming up for him. It's when Mars comes over this bit here. He's going to get he's going to feel more confident, a bit more cocky, but it also could be problems with anger as well, could come up as well, like a mixed bag. Pretty soon once that gets over. I don't know if we'll see that because, as I say, he's a private person. We don't know if we're going to see that in the public eye. But um, stop sharing. I just see him being, as I said, I think the main thing I kept on getting from him is that he's all about the money, he's all about the finances, and I feel like he could downplay things. So I really feel like with him coming out saying that he has the disease, I know I don't feel like, and I can be wrong, I'm not a doctor, but I don't feel like he has Lyme disease because he's jumping up and around in stage. Like you can see him jumping up and down, doing different moves. If he was low on energy, he wouldn't want to he'd be more sitting down and not jumping up and down so much when you see him on the footage. Um, I feel like he's got a big shock coming up for him, but I feel like he's someone that gets away with a lot of stuff. Even when we had I was a Britney Spears fan, so I was on her side when they broke up, but I don't trust this person. There's something about him that I don't trust either. We will look at Jessica Biel's and then we'll do a thing on her. He's actually got good relationship planets in his chart. He's actually born with that Venus in the fifth house, which is quite positive. I mean, that moon is also in that close to that fifth, that Neptune there, which can affect relationships, which can be rose-colored glasses, and it can mean that, yeah, they don't last. But if the relationship doesn't last, it's more of what's in her chart from what I have seen. So, um, and then we'll summarize up. Okay, so let me just bring up her chart. Okay, so I have her chart up. Let's go look at her chart. So this is just Jessica Biel's chart. So she is an ascending Sagittarius. I said actors and actresses, they've always got that. Most of them will have it somewhere. They've also got she's a Pisces and she's got a moon in Gemini. So she's a bit sensitive. Um, he he's got his Mercury in Pisces, so they do blend that way. But she's a very much a natural networker. She will be someone who loves to learn, social butterfly. They don't really gel blend, I must say. I mean, her Mercury's in Aquarius, which helps the relationship. Her Mars is in a Libra, so she's more the calmer person. She likes men who are calm, like Prince Charming, who do things for her. So surprisingly, because in his chart, he is more, even the way that he loves, a little bit cold. Um, so we've also got the Jupiter in Scorpio. She's been intuitive with her. So the way that she works has to be about perfection. She'll be about being perfectionist with her work. And Mars in the 10th house, she would need to be also like a boss or get praised for her work. See, in her life, she's a bit of a daydreamer and unexpected things happen for her throughout her life. Um, the moment she's got that Pluto right near her Venus, so there's been a loss for her, either money or love has this happened for her. Now, when it comes to relationships, she has transits. That's right. That's where I saw it. Okay. So last year would have been good for them. We would have had Jupiter come down in the seventh house here, positive. Jupiter's now in her eighth house, so she's actually good for money. So you might see her come and do a movie or some sort of work. I think may come out because she's going to get money this year up till even into next year. She looks for a nurturer as well. So she wants like a mother figure that she likes in relationships too. She has a DC in Gemini. Something unexpected about to happen with her in the relationships could be with him. And for the next 7 years or 7 to 8 years, she's going to have Uranus going through this seventh house. So that's going to be something unexpected happen with her in the relationship. I don't know if we'll see it. She's a Pisces and it comes to her family. Now, also as a transit here, she's got this Chiron going through. Let's see. She's got the Chiron going through this fifth house. So that is relationships. So she'll be not happy within the relationship. So there'll be relationships issues going on with that Chiron going through that fifth house, and it'll get stronger. Plus, in the fourth house, when it calls out the home and family, we've got the Neptune and the Saturn. The Saturn is having problems going on around the home, or could be with him, problems within the family, and the dissolve here, there's like the dissolve within the family. So it's not looking positive on the relationship front in her chart. Um, so I kind of feel like he feels like he's better than her. That's what I intuit what I feel too. She's got a lot more to go with her work. She'll get back on track in her career. It's going to come back on track, I feel. And I mean, she might change. She might not be doing acting. She might be doing something else, but there's definitely a change in how she earns her money that she's been going through a long time. Next year it's about learning and travel for her. And then when we get to 28, she'll come back in her career. But even this year, there's money coming up for her as well. They just don't blend. I mean, she's got Aquarian. There's a Aquarian planets here, which goes with his Aquarius. So there is things, but I just feel like I mean, she just comes across as a strong person. Um, she's a little bit sensitive as well. See, for her, she's got these squares also to Venus, which it can mean setbacks. Um, it can mean that sometimes maybe she doesn't feel lucky in love in relationships too. She's very good when it comes to communication, though. When this ends, it's going to end big for her. When relationships end, it ends in a big way. Like a big sort of destruction rebuild process happens with her when relationships end, and even when money comes in for her too. Really interesting. It's a short life lesson. That's a short transit coming up here, um, as well. Oh, she's got a mixed bag here when it comes to her friends too. Just been having these planets in there as well. Um, she she will land on her feet. I actually do see her coming back in the acting. Stop sharing. I actually do see her coming back into acting and being in front of the camera and sort of telling things. I do have a sense of the power struggle in their relationship. I do feel like he has a sense of him feeling like he's a bit better than her. I also feel like there's a mishap, but he also needs to be like the face of things with him. I do feel like he's a little bit more outgoing as well. But I see her wanting to bounce back. Um, we haven't heard the last of things with him. I just feel like he's trying to sort of bounce back. But I just feel like with him, it's like I said, I feel like he's a mama's boy as well. Um, I just feel like he's a bit stressed out as well. I feel like he's kind of stressed out. He's trying to save his ass. I do have a sense of there's money, more problems coming up with contracts. I don't know if we'll hear it because these things too, I say things, but I don't know if we hear of it because um of him sort of being a bit private as well. I feel like though that he's going to try and do is like come back like new music. There even could be a sense of him doing more things with NSYNC to try and like his persona. I feel like maybe may some be some more stuff that comes out with NSYNC that he does to try and sort of save his persona with the public. I feel like that he's because he has this energy of everything's going to work out. I just feel like he knows that things are going to work out as well with him as well. So in terms of the career, though, she has a brighter star. I just feel like she's going to come out. There's more things that she's going to come out and do. And I do see her being quite happy and wanting to achieve more. I feel like she's put everything on the back burner, but I feel like she has this drive in her to want to achieve more, to want to be more in the camera. I feel like he's put a bit of a back burner on her career, but I feel like that when she pulls away, she'll want to succeed and she'll want to be out in public eye. And I do feel like there are going to be things that she's going to wanting to do. At the moment, I feel like at the moment she's sort of happy to be in the background, but I do feel like there's a sense of her coming out as well. So yeah. So with Justin Timberlake, so he's going through a major transformation. In the astrology shows the shakes up in health and lifestyle changes, money pressures and issues around travel. But the good news is that he's supported that Jupiter and Saturn, uh, they will always pull through for him. So for him, this year may not be easy, but it's all about setting the stage for a new chapter in his life, in his career, and the challenges. But also it's about him growing as a person. I feel like he needs to look at taking responsibility for his actions as well. I feel like he doesn't really do that. Um, so thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this astrology breakdown. Don't forget to like and share, like and subscribe to this video if you like this video. Put down the comment section of who you want me to do next, and I will put it on my list to do. And I will see you for my next video. So thank you for watching. So see you later.